Mr. Adhik, you want to respond to the central question. The central question that the BJP is raising through the governor now is, if bars and restaurants can open in Maharashtra, why not temples and places of worship? If they can open in the rest of the country, if it's part of the guidelines, why not in Maharashtra? Why is the Uddhav Thackeray being so cautious? If he is, then the BJP will attack him.
Rajdeep, what I'd like to add here is, you just said a few minutes ago that the Chief Minister is an elected head of government. The Governor is an appointed constitutional head. The highest office is occupied by Prime Minister Modi ji. And when he addressed the group of Chief Ministers during this pandemic, during all the unlock phases, the one important aspect that he has addressed is, every Chief Minister should decide what is good for their state. In accordance with that guideline, with that spirit, if the Maharashtra Chief Minister feels it is your right to open the temples, I don't know why Sambhiji or anybody in the BJP is having a problem. If the Prime Minister respects that the Chief Minister is empowered to take a right decision, has been taking a right decision because he has supported the Maharashtra Chief Minister every time he has said, we will open a few activities while we will hold back onto a few. The Chief Minister is on record where he says, yes, temples will be opened for darshan very soon. We are getting the standard operating procedures in place for that to ensure that the well-being of the citizens is looked upon as the prime most aspect. I don't know why looking at the well-being of the citizens is not being looked upon with any sense of appreciation. If the Prime Minister appreciates it, but Dr. Sambhiji doesn't, I fail to understand why.
Okay, a final word therefore from you, Dr. Patra. What does any of this have to do with Hindutva? This is what I am unable to understand. Isn't the public health far more important in COVID times than your definition of who is Hindutva and who is secular? Is opening up of a temple or a mosque or a church going to define secularism and Hindutva in COVID times? Surely even Lord Ram would first want all of us to be healthy. You are a doctor. Would you put health first or would you put opening of temple first? I want a straight, direct answer from you, Dr. Patra. You can wear your doctor's hat also today for a change.
The Lord Ram would have been very happy if some of your reporters also would have been worn a mask and go on and interviewed all those adhikaris and officers in Hathras also. Some of your reporters were shouting on the officers of Hathras without wearing a mask. So Lord Ram is angry now.
I ask you a question, which direction do you always go in, Patra? Answer my question, my friend.
You talked about Lord Ram. No, I also have conversations with Lord Ram. It's not
I am asking you, is Hindutva more important at this moment?
No, I'm answering. I'm answering, sir. I'm answering. See, Rajdeep, look at you. I mean, I was smiling within myself because I didn't want to interject. How beautifully you said that, what is the fault of Uddhav Thackeray? He's a cautious chief minister. Not cautious, sir, callous. If he's not able to manage what other states are able to manage, if he's not able to follow in time the guidelines of MHA, if he's not able to follow the Supreme Court, then he's not cautious, he's callous, number one. And number two, you very smartly said, is Supreme Court an elected body to be followed always? It is not elected, sir, but Supreme Court upholds the constitution of the country. Similarly, if I turn back and say, is Supreme Court an elected body, that whatever the Supreme Court or High Court says about Hathras is to be followed, law and order situation is something to be judged on the ground.
So opening up of temples is not a constitutional issue. Opening up or closing of temples is not a constitutional issue. It's an administrative issue. I will ask you again.
My faith and
I will ask you again. Is Hindutva or secularism to be defined in COVID times?
You are absolutely wrong, Mr. Rajdeep Sardesai. My belief and my faith, once the law allows it, that is a constitutional issue, because after unlock
opening up of a temple is an administrative issue, not a constitutional issue, Dr. Patra. I am asking you a question.
So administration also is a part of constitution, sir. To have my faith, to practice my faith, when in fact the administration allows it. Remember, the MHA's administrative body allows it with SOP. My friend from NCP says that
it's a decision to be taken by state government, Dr. Patra. Do not fool the audiences.
When every other
decisions to open a temple or not is to be taken by a state government. MHA can only give guidelines. Do not mislead.
Exactly. No, exactly. That's what I am saying, that it's a callous government which, despite the guidelines by the central government, when all other states can follow the guidelines, can in fact move ahead opening the temples and normalizing life gradually and yet containing the COVID numbers. We have a failed CM whom you all project as one of the best CMs of the whole universe.
I have not said that.
He is unable to place the standard operating procedure. You, in the sense, your Bollywood friends, they are regularly placing Uddhav Thackeray as one of the bestest CM in the whole universe. Even Indra cannot be compared to him. But then look, he is not able to place a simple SOP, standard operating procedure, even after the Supreme Court's judgment.
One final time
So
I am going to ask you.
I fail to understand
One final time, is Hindutva about ensuring public health, or is it Hindutva about allowing temples to open? One final straight answer. No idhar se na udhar se.
Hindutva is about sarve bhavantu sukhenaha, sarve shantu niramaya. It is always about ensuring everyone's spiritual and physical health.
Okay.